the ball rolling.
What do I want to... Well, I was working alongside this road safety department, and I had a kind of authority, but I was working with them on something they wanted to achieve, and they wanted my perspective on, so a younger person's perspective on something that involved young people. So it's kind of working together to achieve a goal, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
We're going to just run down the road.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
No, perhaps I have difficulties in expressing myself. I'm not from Britain myself, so I'm from Sweden. But my question is actually what has happened to you when working with these questions, in the sense of what would you like to influence, because you have some kind of experience now when you are involved in working with this, and what happens in your minds? Do you want to keep on working with these questions? Do you want to influence more? Do you want adults to make other kinds of decisions and so on?
So like, what do I want as a result? Like, well, I would like definitely want to push the campaign and push like the message. Even I would love to use the video, but if people would prefer not, I would still like if people wasn't interested in the video, I would still want to push road safety and push awareness, even if it's in any other way, because it's like become a passion of mine now to like try and bring more awareness to young people and even older people, just so having awareness.
Okay, from an educational point of view, I'm an assistant learning manager, so I didn't explain that. Assistant learning manager is head of year, assistant head of year to Key Stage 4, that's year 10 and year 11. I also coordinate student council. So my main aim, and as well as the aims of the students, is so students can have a voice within the school, within the community, within the local area, everywhere. So my aim, and this year group's aim, is to get child safety promoted within the school, within the educational system, and actually involve the community in that as well.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to congratulate you all on your work, because I think it's very, very, very inspirational. And that video was excellent. It really touched a nerve with me, and I think for more people to see that would be very, very useful, because my campaign is quite similar to yours in that the earphones thing. I don't know if you it was mentioned, the video that Devonte played. Yeah, I came across your video on YouTube, and I thought it was really inspirational and really, really moving. So I think commend you in what you're doing, and also I'd like to send that on to my network of young people as well, so more people can see it. Because particularly in Birmingham, in the area that I live in, while I was in school, there was a young person who was of similar age to Day, and he was unfortunately killed in a similar accident as well. And like you said, just one person affects such a huge amount of people around them. And this one person, he wasn't in my comprehensive school, he was in another school, but because he was very popular, and just the amount of young people that were affected by it was really, really it was just made you sit back and think, you know what, this is such a big deal, you know, racing and boy racing is such a big deal as well. But the challenge that I saw, and what I think is immediate to us, is that people still do it, and people are still going out there and racing, even if they've lost close friends. And I just wanted to ask you, you know, how do you think we can overcome that?
Well, to be honest, I don't know whether, I don't know. I mean, it's just so many, I know from my video, and just from what has happened today, I know for a fact that a lot of boy racers have like stopped it, you know, like starting to drive a lot slower and stuff, but it's just some people, it's just they just need, it needs to be like drilled in their head, because people just don't realise, and people just, I don't know how to describe it.
I know it's a challenge that we face as campaigners. We want to push this message out, but people, it's just hard to get it through to people that it could happen to you, because I think a lot of young people think they're invincible.
Yeah, I think it's just ignorance, to be honest. I just think people just it goes over their head. They think exactly what you said. They think they're invincible, but at the end of the day, you're not. And it's just take one second and carefulness.
Yeah.
Or carefulness.
Before we pursue this,
Yeah, just very quickly. I think that speeding and other type of risky activities are so glamatised within media, within society, and within the young people. So I think more than anything else, we need to just glamatise safety. Put it out there, put it in the media, making it look professional and of a standard where society, young people and all people can access it, and I can see that definitely happening at the moment. We just need to take it out there.
Something that was discussed in one of our work groups, I'm not sure if it went across all of you, was this notion of an individual knowing that what is about to happen, they don't want to be part of it, but the peer group pushes them into doing it. And I think we have a picture of somebody on top of on a railway station. Was that this morning? Yeah. And I think the issue perhaps is one of the ways that we could all work together is for the fire service, and there are quite a number of us in the room, to pick up your video and show it to the young people they work with. But then to take things forward, and I alluded to this a moment ago, and it's not my place to take the day, but I always do. And it's how can we help young people and children be more assertive, positively assertive, to be able to say, no, I don't want to do that, without drawing down onto them any adverse reaction. That's a super skill that will take you through life, and maybe that's one of the ways we link your video with a practical outcome, which is how to say, actually, no, I don't want to do this.
Pardon?
No, I don't want to do this, so that the young people faced with getting into that racing car can say, actually, I don't want to be part of that, but do it in a way that is acceptable at the level. Would you help us do this? Can we find ways to help people, your friends, be more assertive to say, no, thank you? Maybe that's another project, Cassie's.
So can we really cheek and say, a lot of it costs money, so funding personally would be very good.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can help somebody.
What's the response been like to this group of students and the rest of the school? Are they seen as kind of the geeky safety group, or is it cool to be safe, or is it uncool to be?
Shanice in the group. So well, because it's all they've done so far is an introduction. So at the moment, once we've done it to all the year groups, we've only 2 more year groups to do the presentation to and to feed it out. But they're not seen as an uncool group. To be honest, the school itself are very open-minded. We've got students from all different cultures, all different walks of life, and everyone tends to be accepted. And if somebody wants to strive and do well, and these students are quite confident in the way they deliver things and around school, and they've all got the different friendship groups. So it definitely is, I reckon it will be an excellent project and something that I want to carry on, not just with these young people, but also when the new year 7s come in, and so it just continues.
I'm just stopping because we've got a couple of minutes. Jenny, would you like to come in?
I just think what we've seen this afternoon is a good example that we could all follow, and that is if we expect a lot from our young people, they live up to our expectations. And I think everybody, the young speakers this morning and this afternoon, have really, really lived up and gone beyond my expectations. Thank you all very much.
Do you have any more questions? We're almost at the time. Is Sophie in the room? If she's in the room, she's just in the room. Can I ask Sophie just to come up? Sophie's going to introduce for me, aren't you, Sophie, the next workshop. Just a reminder, Tom mentioned to us this morning about